Well, hey there, you're on the internet, I have some free time, and welcome to the Triple N Network, where all you newbie noob nerds can find all the news you'll need. Let's look at an ink today, shall we? Now, today's ink I have in sample form, and what you can probably tell, I really don't have much left of. When I hold it, it only just fills that cone at the bottom, and it's Private Reserve Burgundy Mist. And it really is a true burgundy, and I really enjoyed it. I'm sorry to see it go. I may get another sample, or maybe I'll get a bottle. I'm trying to talk myself out of getting a bottle because I have too many bottles. When it comes in a bottle, it often comes in a bottle like this, except, this will be like, burgundy, and it'll say Burgundy Mist. Obviously, this is the 50 milliliter bottle. They also come in 66 milliliter bottles, but this one was empty, so... all the tests were done in this beautiful Italix Parsons Essential. I think this is called Marbled Amber or something. I think it looks like a dinosaur egg. It's just gorgeous. But yeah, it's got a, come on now, Medium-Cursive-Italic-Stub. Wonderful to write with. And this chromatography was weird, but I liked it. As you can see, it kind of has this gray down at the bottom. Then it goes up into kind of a lighter gray, and then you get this purple, and then you get this red, like kind of a simple red. You see it here too. Put it together and you get burgundy. So here's Burgundy Mist up here, and here's Noodler's Burgundy. I feel like this is more of a true burgundy, but anyways, here's Diamine Merlot. Here's Pilot's Iroshizuku Yamaburo, Noodler's Swirl Wine, Lavender's Cardinal, Lavender's Claret. In my mind, a burgundy is really, I don't know how to say it, it's a burgundy. It looks like a burgundy wine. It's not sort of a purplish, and yeah, it's not a maroon, it's a burgundy, which this managed to achieve. Top down density, Clairefontaine, 90 grams per square meter. 7 seconds to dry, which was really nice. I mean, this is very dense paper, and this Private Reserve tends to be a fairly saturated ink company. Like, they tend to keep their inks pretty saturated, so that was really nice. See some great shading here. Very nice burgundy color. It's rich. No bleed, no feather, no spread. Very well behaved, no sheen. Water test, I actually expected more to remain given the, the gray, but again, we do see gray, just not quite as bold as we see in some diatramentus inks, I guess. Most of it washed away, did dye the page a bit. If you absolutely had to recover that, you could. Next is Rhodia, 80 grams per square meter, where something kind of odd happened. It got lighter, almost as though it got thinner, like it thinned out. I don't know why. All of the time before when I was using it, it was much closer to this. But here it got a bit lighter in the rest of the test. 6 seconds to dry, you still get a very nice amount of shading. Get mild sort of a halo effect in some of the words. Yeah, isn't that nice? It's pretty. Yeah, I mean, the flow is very steady. It's nice. No bleed, no feather, no spread. So not too much echo. But this is fairly dense paper. Yep. Again, I expected more to remain. That gray at the center. There is some, but really not a lot. Most of it washed away, dyed the paper a bit, but could have been a heck of a lot worse. Next is Tomoe River Paper, where you can see that it definitely looks a lot thinner here. I don't know what's going on, but then by then I didn't have much more to refill it with, so 8 seconds to dry. Wonderful shading, very nice. No bleed, feather, spread, although I did scrub it in kind of hard because I wanted to see if I could get a sheen out of it. I didn't, but anyways, I said it looks like writing with a watery red wine with like a quill or something. Again, Tomoe River loves to let ink just slide away, and it kind of did here. Dyed the page just a tiny bit. You can still faintly see where the writing originally was. Next is 20-pound copier paper, where, I mean, this is like the world's worst copier paper. You can see just how much broader that line got just from the absorbency of it. And it still took 2.5 seconds to dry. There's really not any shading left. There's bleed, and this is a medium nib, but also it's a stub, and that flat edge to the stub tends to pull the ink down, making it thin on the downstrokes, and yet still there's these dots of bleed everywhere. Not great, but not as bad as I had expected, because this is pretty much the world's worst 20-pound copier paper. Water test is not great, but since it's absorbent, it managed to sink in. It was harder to wash out, but a lot of it did wash out, dyed the page, get some feathering, some exploding. Next is Mead Notebook Paper, where it took 1.5 seconds to dry. The color all throughout, even in the absorbent papers, which seems to just like suck the vibrancy out of ink, it's still pretty bold. There is some feathering and spread, but I had expected much worse bleed. You see it at the edge. And then you see some very extreme echoing, but yeah. So then no real shading remains, because I feel like you see like where there is shading, that's where you start to see like feathering trying to come through. Water test, here you can really see how it turned into chromatography paper and started sucking the ink up the page. Again, because of the chromatography, I'd expected more gray to remain, but since it is more absorbent paper, more of it got sucked in and was harder to wash out. It would not be the easiest task in the world to recover that, but there are harder ones. Last is Moleskine notebook paper, but unfortunately, this is that really nice Moleskine paper. You see how it's shiny on this side? This is that stuff that was behaving inordinately well. So, many grains of salt here. So, here you still get shading, here you still get like all this peachy behavior. I do not expect this as standard results, I'm sorry to say. Water test wasn't half bad, but meh. So, there you go. There's Private Reserve Burgundy Mist. As I said in one of the tests, I think this might be my favorite burgundy ink that I've tried. I mean, I don't hate the color of Noodler's Burgundy, but it's not a burgundy to me, so I really enjoyed the color. For the most part, it's generally much deeper and more saturated, like we saw on the Clairefontaine, this really nice, dark, rich color. As you can tell, I certainly liked it. So, running away! Anyways, for your consideration from the Triple N Network, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe to the channel. And thanks for watching. Bye.